Actually going to a party in a little bit, but before this, I'll record this video on how to hyper-personalize your content strategy in 2024 with AI, because everyone will go and tell you go use AI, it's amazing because it's a revolution, right? But the truth is, meanwhile, people will just laugh at you for posting AI generated content. So we don't want that, and we'll go over this in this video, how to create content, how to hyper personalize your content to make it look like it's human written. And to be honest, it's pretty much is, because we just giving so much value, so much input to your chatbots that it will just create content like that is written like yours. So my name's Taimik. I've been doing content for the last 3 years, and not just AI generated content. I was doing graphics, I was doing videos, I was recording, I was editing, I was writing for the last 3 years. So I have some experience when it comes to content and how to create content that gets attention and views. So we'll go over this, and especially when ChatGPT 3 launched in 2022, I was like, wow, this is actually something else. And I started just diving deeper into ChatGPT, into AI. I worked with some AI companies during last year, and what I did, I was just creating systems that allow you to just write content like it's human written. So we'll go over all of this. I'll share with you all my resources, all my techniques, all the tips that I have for you absolutely for free. Just watch till the end of the video, and it will not be just talking video. I'll show you actionable tips, my resources, all of this, and you can just copy it and apply it to your own content strategy in 2024. Use AI for this. I'll show you different AI techniques, different AI tools that you can use. Yeah, let's get it started. All right, good. So what is actually the problem with AI? As you may know, or you have some experience, if you have some experience, you tell ChatGPT to write a social media post for you, and that's the command that you give it to ChatGPT, and the output might look very generic. And the problem with content that's written with AI is it's just too generic. There's lack of ability to understand different nuances for your audience, of your character, of your style of writing. A lot of this ChatGPT just doesn't know you, so how it's supposed to write like you, right? We have to give the information to ChatGPT before we start to get some nice results, some nice outputs from ChatGPT or other chatbots. So I've seen a lot of people just write content like this, post it to social media, and then when you just see this kind of post, you already know that it's written with AI. You just see that they spend like 5 seconds on writing this and just posted this on social media, and this is actually very unprofessional. So we don't want to do this, obviously. So that's why I'm creating this video, to make it hyper personalized. So the set of information that you're going to give ChatGPT, with all of the different ways that you can hyper personalize your content, you're going to give this to your chatbot and receive in return content that looks like yours, because we already personalized this content. So we're going to do this in this video, but before that, we have to think of the ways how to unlock your creativity. Okay, so the first step is obviously using our resource database. So here in my OS, I have the page called Knowledge Hub, and underneath we have the resources database. So I'll go over just a simple resource that I saved a few weeks ago: how to set up smart B2B sales prospecting tools, a tutorial made by Clay. So just simple stuff like this allows me to already have some ideas for my content. So I can just copy this, for example, and I'm using actually Notion AI right now because I have premium, but you can use anything anything else, for example, ChatGTP, whatever, Bard by Google, whatever you like to use. Pretty much this is a simple step for doing this. I'll just ask AI to, can you extract some key messages, some key insights from this guide. And now AI is writing, so we're creating some ideas. Cool, we have that. We'll insert this below. And we have some key messages that we can use for our content. And you can do this with pretty much all of your content. But the important thing is to save a lot of resources whenever you're searching for something or whenever you're consuming any content. Just keep in mind to just save that in your resources database so you can get back to it. Just look at your resources, what you've read recently, and with that, you'll have some ideas. You don't have to even think because the ideas will be waiting for you in the resources database. And you don't have to read all of this. You just have to, ask AI to do to extract some key messages, and you're done. So on to the next tool. All right, so another tool is my journal. I'm using journaling as a practice for reflections, for saving my thoughts and ideas, something that, just comes from me and not from the external, like the resources. So whenever you have some cool ideas, whenever you have some cool thoughts, or you just feel like, spending some time with yourself, analyzing your thoughts, then it's the time to use a journal. And that's a way to extract your ideas into content very quickly. So I'm using one simple template for this to create content. If you want to create content consistently, I would use this Stay Creative template inside my journal. You can download my journal from the last video that I posted. You can just go back to my last video and download it. Look how that works. I just create a new page in here like this. And as you can see, I already have the questions prepared here from the template. So I just answer some of the ideas that I might have for the next video or for the next newsletter, whatever content you like to create based on your strategy. I'll just go back to my last journal entry that I used for creating this video. So as you can see, the one idea is how to hyper-personalize your content strategy in 2024 with AI. That's the title of this video. It's very simple. And then some ideas without judgment on this big idea. So I'll use that to just create an outline, and that's what I did actually. So I'll go back to Bard by Google. So I'm back in Bard, and here's what I did. I asked Bard to write an outline for my YouTube video titled the only Notion system I need to live life of purpose. That's for my last video, but it doesn't matter. I actually did the same thing. So here's the prompt, and here's the place to place your journal entry. So you just did this, and you have a nice outline for your video. And that's what we get from an outline like this. Depending on the type of content, you can modify this. For example, if you're writing short content, just write a tweet, write an outline for a newsletter, whatever you'd like to, you can modify this. But this is very simple to document your thoughts, your ideas, so you can reuse them in the future for whatever content you would like. And now the next step will be going over the content tracker, because as you can see, this journal entry is linked to a page called How to Hyper-Personalize Your Content, which is this video, right? So the next tool is content tracker, where we just track our content, track our ideas, and stuff like that. Okay, so we'll go to the content tracker right now. We'll click on this page, which is a backlink to the content tracker, right? So as you can see on the top of the page, we have a journal reference and we have the format for this content piece. Also, you can find it in the properties. For the media channel, I use YouTube channel, pillar. Some of this stuff, we'll go over this in the fast lane strategy, which will be the part 2 of this video. But right now we can see the intro, the whole outline basically for this video. I used AI to write it, and then I added some of my thoughts, some of the comments here. So it just speeds up the process very, very much. It took me like 30 minutes to write this. Otherwise, it would take me maybe 2 hours or something like that to do the research, compile all of my thoughts. But now it's easier because I just collaborate with AI, so it saves me a lot of time. So if we go to the content tracker, actually, we see more than just this video because we have more ideas, right? One content is not enough. So here's the video that I created last. Here's the last video I created for my YouTube channel. Actually, it was the first one, and the second one is to how to personalize content strategy in 2024, which is this video. Also, we have the newsletter. But basically, what I want to show you here, content tracker is an effective way to maybe collaborate with your teammates on your content, or simply just have your content organized in one place. The cornerstone content is basically the content that is most valuable, has the most information for your followers, and status is basically the status of your content. Right now, that's my setup: not tweeted throughout production distribution, um, tweeted, recycling, and trashed. I won't go over a lot over this because you can simply just modify this however you'd like to. In pillars, I also select the pillar for each content piece, which is pretty much all around the same topics all the time. So let's go back to, for example, this newsletter. Here's everything that I wanted to include in my last newsletter, which you can also find a link to subscribe down below. But basically, you see all of the information. You see the link to the full newsletter document. You see some sub items, so the content is based on this newsletter, and a lot of cool things to track how your content is looking like, what's the process. And now the part that I like the most is called AI brainstorming, because with AI, like I told you before, we can have 5 content ideas and multiply this to 100 content pieces with AI. So in here, in this part, we're going over AI brainstorming. So the whole process that we can use. So as context, we'll use, for example, journal entry or some resources. I'll show you how that looks like based on the one guide that I did some time ago. So it's called 9-step process to go from 3 content ideas to 100 content pieces in 5 minutes. All right, good. So we are inside the guide. It's published on my newsletter page, but I'll give you a heads up before you visit this page. You have to sign up for my newsletter to view this because it's a very, very complex process. I mean, complex and simple at the same time, but it's very, very powerful. So all I ask you for is just to subscribe for my newsletter, where you can find more content like this. So in the first step, we went over this already. So we document life and business with journals and enrich this with AI. So that's what we did. We just went to our journal, created a journal page, filled the journal, added to our content tracker, and here we are, created a simple outline with AI, and we have some ideas here. But I'll show you how to multiply these ideas, how to multiply these key messages, and pretty much have more than just 5 ideas to include in your content. Here's the 9-step process without all of the descriptions, but it will be already a very, very good start for us. So we also created some key messages from our content. I'll show you an example on board. So I went to board some time ago and gave it this long prompt. I know it's pretty complex, but you can just take it and use it as you would like. But pretty much, it uses journal entry as our context, 10 key messages from our journal entry. It's all based on our journal entry, but enriched with AI. So we have the first two steps done pretty much with AI. So we just have to take this, for example, we'll take 8, whatever, and now we can paste it in here. So I have something here. I don't know if it's the same thing, but we have some key messages in here, right? So we have the key messages in here. Next step, we'll use the ICP messaging guidelines. We use the mental models. We'll use copywriting formulas. And that's what we're going to do. So all of the things that I mentioned right now are content differentiators. To put it into simpler words, that means these are the different ways we can personalize our content. So ICP, ideal customer profile, mental models, copywriting formulas, messaging guidelines, all of this will create this and just put it into our prompt. So next step, what we did here is we asked this prompt and pasted all of the key messages that we had before. In here we go with like 20 ideas for your content. So that's actually a lot. But from 5 key messages, we got like 25 content ideas. So I think it's very powerful. And now we can use different headlines, different hooks to multiply it even more. All right, so now the last step that I did is just taking all of our ideas that AI gave us and asking it to generate hooks based on one of the prompts that I have. And here's what we have in here. I'll just insert that below. And we have all new lists of the hooks. So right now, just, select all of these. And yeah, you guessed it right. We move it to our content tracker, which is why we have all of our tools, right? We'll just take it right here in the content tracker. All right, so all of them right now are in our content tracker database, and we can just get down to working on these ideas, which is going to be still some work, but with this amount of ideas that we had from one journal entry, it changes everything. So with that being said, you know already how to change everything in your content strategy. You know how to just come up with ideas, multiply your ideas with one simple journal entry. You can get to as much as 100, as many as 100 ideas in a very short time. So I've showed you just a sneak peek of that. I don't want to go all in details in this video because that would take too much time. But if you are serious about starting your hyper personalized content in 2024, if you want some help, I'm down to collaborate with 3 people that are going to comment under this video. Just say, I want to work with you, stuff like that. I'll get in touch with you. We can get on a call or something. And I can show you all in details how I do everything from the very beginning, like I do on this video. But you can also ask some questions and give you more information that I just didn't tell you in this video. So from now on, we can go to the second part of this video. As you can see, I'm looking a bit different because I'm recording this on a different day, but the idea is still the same. We are going to talk about the fast track strategy right now. So I showed you how to multiply the ideas and all of that, but now honestly, we need some kind of strategy, right? So strategy is what you're going to start with first. But I gotta tell you, like, a lot of people, a lot of content gurus, people in content will tell you that we need content strategy, ask you a bunch of questions and stuff like that. I used to do something like that, but to be honest, it didn't work. All you need to start is simple stuff. Simple stuff works the best. So we begin with a fast track strategy. That's something that I came up with while working for the last 3 years on people's content, on content for entrepreneurs. And as you know, entrepreneurs don't have time to answer a bunch of questions that are useless. So, with that being said, I'm giving you a fast track strategy that I came up with to work with my clients on their content. It will take you anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. Honestly, it can even be shorter, but the more time you spend on reflecting and filling this document with more detailed information, the better it will get. Obviously, we don't want to overthink too much right now. Just have some foundation for us to navigate it from there. So, with that being said, I want to show you how the fast lane strategy, fast track strategy looks like. Yeah, fast track strategy will allow you to begin your hyper personalized contents in 2024. So, with that being get said, let's get into my Google Doc where the strategy is. And the cool thing, you can also download that document and make a copy for yourself. Just check out the links under this video. I'll give you everything for free. And yeah, let's get it. Okay, so now we are in this Google document. Let's begin by just making a copy for yourself. Make a copy and copy to your drive so we can edit this document. I'll show you how mine looks already filled up, but with my example, we can just, go on and do your own. So we start with, fundamental questions like your goal and your mission. So it can be anything, for me, if you know my mission already, so it's do hard and fulfilling work that expands my fin time freedom. I've been talking about it in the last video, and the goal is just acquiring ultimate freedom through the power of online business, technology, self-development, stuff like that. It won't really change a lot, but it's good to have some ideas so we can always get back to your goal and to your mission. So from here, we want to come up with the topics because the whole idea of making a content strategy is understanding what kind of topics you are going to talk about in your content, what kind of information you want to spread. Your content strategy is just going to answer the question like, what are you about? So, with that being said, under the content pillars heading, let's just ask ourselves what is a content pillar. For me, I understand a content pillar as just a range of relevant topics that speak to your clients, your industry people, and your community. And it has to be a representation of what you are about. So what you're interested in, what is exciting for you, what makes you money, um, and what are you developing at right now. So we have these three simple questions for you. So what excites you? For me, it's online businesses, connecting with people in the online business, being able to generate money just from my laptop. It just, 20 years ago would be, it would be crazy to think about it for someone, still there are some people that believe it's crazy. So for me, it is exciting to just, do business in online space. What makes you money? Content creation online make me money. Also, I work in sales, but I want to combine these two: content creation online and sales. And number four, what are you developing at? So systems and organizing, I'm getting better. I'm getting much better in this year. And prompt engineering, it's my content strategy right now is a bit overdated. So we can just change that to sales, for example, because I'm getting better in sales, and it's one of the skills that I'm developing at much more this year. So why not just update my content strategy during the video? Why not? right? So we have four content pillars from here. We have three generic content pillars, and we have one that can be changing over time. So, you know, what are you developing at? You're not going to develop at sales for fucking forever, right? Um, so yeah, you can make the last one dynamic. You can change it a little bit, but the three most generic content pillars should still be the same. Honestly, you can change it, but we make the strategy for something, so just keep it like that. And then, what KPIs are you going to use? So, it's hard to think of a KPIs for content efforts, because making content, getting some results from content might be time consuming. It takes some time until we see some traction, and it takes consistency. So it's hard to talk about the results in the first months, but with this set of KPIs, you can just think of what matters to you the most. So I've just selected a number of inbound leads generated through content. I think it's pretty much it. Also, something that can be worth it for you is just looking legit for your prospects. When you having a prospect that's speaking to you, and he wants to check out your content, your social media, he goes to your social media, he sees all of your beautiful content, and then that could be your goal, right? Converting the prospects, the leads that you've generated through some different ways. You can also have that as a goal. It just depends on what stage are you at, and nothing else. But it's good to have some KPIs. For different people might look different. Let's say you have 20K followers, so obviously you can already think about improving the lead generation from your traffic that you're generating already. So just using your traffic, or it can be anything depending on your business and the stage you are at. So I just have some propositions for you: website traffic and lead generation, product adoption and usage. So we can see how many users are getting through your social media, through your content. Social media, just metrics about social media. So maybe followers, maybe engagement. Um, Follower growth rate is okay. It's I don't like to make the metrics overcomplicated. Some people say followers ain't shit, but to be honest, if you're seeing the people start to follow you, start to engage with your content, it's a good metric in my opinion. So you can also have the conversion rates improved. Um, like I said, at better conversion rate because of your content. Because you might have some prospects that are talking to you, they want to check out your social media, want to see your other content, and they just go and see your content. It looks better. So you can also improve your conversion rates depending on what you want, obviously, right? Revenue and growth. One before the last one. So revenue and growth. Obviously, you can see how much revenue are you generating from some content, because you can have some offers linked to your other content on YouTube, for example. You can generate traffic on YouTube, create content, and then direct people to do some offers. So it's also trackable, and authority trust is the last thing. It's not so easy to create content that matches your audience and at the same time generate leads, because let's take an example of a social media marketing expert on Instagram. Let's say their target audience is, I don't know, spas, right? They provide services to spas, and they just post a lot of content about digital marketing and stuff like that. Obviously, it's educating their prospects, but you're going to attract not only spa studios. You're going to attract different digital marketers who are just going to steal your knowledge. So, With this image, you can see like what goal, with what goal, what content you should do, and what kind of audience you're going to attract. So I'll leave it for you to use it, and that's basically it. There are three main categories. You can add something else also, but with this, you'll be able to just get started on your journey. And so with that, you'll be able to just get started with your journey to hyper personalize your content. You know how to multiply your ideas, and you have a content strategy. So the time has come. It's time to start implementing your strategy. Trading, just make a journal entry, and just start multiplying your ideas. You have a lot of stuff in your brain already. It just sometimes you just need some systems, some guide, and you're ready to go. You're ready to create a very good content with not so much effort in the beginning. You just make a fast line strategy, do a journal entry, and bam, you have 100 content ideas. It's possible right now, with AI and everything, all the systems that I'm working on, because I've been working on this content for the last 3 years, and a lot of things are very repeatable, and you can just do it yourself. You can do it with others. You can hire your team. You can hire your content team. You can hire professionals. It all depends on you. Okay, so this is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you take action right away after watching it. If you're not, I'm asking you, why did you just watch all the video and didn't do anything about that? I have some actionable resources that I'm giving you under the video in the description. You can check it out. Just visit the links, download everything, and just get started with your content. Once again, I'm looking, if you want to, I have 3 spots for this month. Just leave a comment under the video. If you like the video, also like the video, leave a comment under the video if you want to just support me a little bit. Yeah, all of the resources are under this video. If you need my OS, check out the last video. Download this fast lane strategy. You can also download it in the link below. But other from that, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and till the next time.